Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Josephine, and usually I'm making homemade vegan recipes here, but today I'm doing something a little bit different for the spooky season, and I'll be carving a pumpkin. This is my first time carving a pumpkin, so I can't wait to bring you guys along and we'll see how it turns out. But I thought I'd do something a little bit fun for the festive season, especially because in the last year I know it's been hard to celebrate different festive seasons, so I can't wait to share this little journey with you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get started. Here are the ingredients I'm going to use. So of course I have a large pumpkin. I've got some roses that I'm thinking of using for decoration. I have a pen to draw my design, a spoon to scoop out the seeds, some scissors for the roses. I have a razor, not sure if I'll use that, a knife, a serrated knife, and a bowl of water for the pumpkin seeds. There are your ingredients. I'm going to start this off by mapping out where I want everything to go. I'm using little dots so that I can get the proportions right. And of course, if there's some dots left over, they just look like beauty marks. So I wanted to make a cute little cheeky winking pumpkin. I didn't want mine to be too spooky, with some fangs because she's a vampire. And once you're happy with your design, you can then move on. So I'm actually cutting the bottom off of my pumpkin instead of the top. I know that's a bit untraditional, but for me it makes more sense because then I can pop the pumpkin over the candle. But either way, and I'm keeping those bits at the bottom because they'll become useful later on. Then I'm just scooping out all the seeds from the inside. I didn't end up using the spoon, I just used my hands. And I'm putting them in a bowl of water to wash off the seeds because I will be roasting these later and having some delicious pumpkin seeds to sprinkle on my salads. So really get in there and scoop as much as you can out. As you can see here, it's really easy to do with your hands, and then you'll be done. Now I'm actually using the razor to score out my design. This actually made the process so much easier because once it was scored out, it was easy to cut out with the knife, and you've got a lot more control with the little razor. So I'm scoring out the design, as you can see here, of both the eyes and the mouth. I've put a little bit of detail in this design. This is my first time, so I didn't go too crazy with the detail. But as you can see, it's really easy with the razor to score that out, and then you can just plunge your knife in those indentations and using your fingers slowly ease those pieces out, and there you are, starting to come alive. So repeat that process on all the rest of the eyes and the mouth, and you should have a lovely carved pumpkin. I also use the knife just to carve out a little bit on the inside, and of course I'm taking out the insides and putting them aside. We've actually made a pumpkin soup with all the scraps that we had left over, so don't put these to waste, or you can compost it of course. And as you can see here, just carving out those teeth. Definitely be careful, you're working with sharp objects. As you can see, I'm keeping my other hand well out of the way and keeping it very stable. Now I'm making little slits on the side. I dried out 10 roses this week, just leaving them by the window in the sun for them to completely dry out. And I'm doing the same method of scoring and then cutting those out. And I'm going to be putting those roses here so it looks like my pumpkin's got roses behind her ear. I don't know, thought it'd be a cute little touch, and I don't see many people actually decorate their pumpkins outside of carving it, so thought I'd give it a go. And then using the scrap from the bottom, I'm carving out 2 ears, and I'm making sure to leave a little indentation so I can pop them in. And then I'm cutting out those ears from the bottom, as you can see. And I'll be using that indentation to trace around to make space for a perfectly fitting hole in the pumpkin just below where I'm going to put the roses so that I can pop my ears in and they'll stay in there. Of course, when it's dark you won't really see these little details, but usually your pumpkin is sitting on the porch during the day, and that's when people see it during the day, so that's why I've got these details. So I'm cutting out those holes after I've traced them. Then I'm popping those ears in, as you can see. Next, I will be adding in my roses. If your ears don't go in properly, you can use a toothpick to help. And I'm just chopping my roses to size and taking off the leaves and popping them in, 5 on each side. And as you can see, it looks like my pumpkin has tucked some roses behind her ear. And I think it's really cute, so really glad I made that decision. And then I'm just cleaning up the edges with my razor just to get rid of any strong dark lines, so around the eyes, using my knife as well, and the mouth, and of course don't forget the ears, as you can see here. So I'm just trying to clean that up a little bit so that there's not too many dark lines, and then you should be done with the pumpkin. All that's left is to pop a candle inside, decorate, and put it on display. And I'll show you some footage of what it looks like in the dark. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and happy Halloween!